The Last Voyage. It was a warm summer evening, and the sun was setting over the horizon. The sea was calm, and the sky was painted in shades of orange and pink. The last voyage of the day was about to begin. The ship was a large cruise liner, with hundreds of passengers on board. They were all excited to embark on a journey that would take them across the ocean to a faraway land. As the ship set sail, the passengers gathered on the deck to watch the sunset. They were all in high spirits, laughing and chatting with each other. Among them was a young woman named Sarah. She had always loved the sea, and she had been looking forward to this trip for months. She stood at the edge of the deck, feeling the wind in her hair and the salt on her skin. As the night fell, the passengers retired to their cabins. Sarah went to her room and lay down on her bed, listening to the sound of the waves outside. But as she closed her eyes, she felt a strange sensation. It was as if something was calling out to her from deep within the ocean. She got up from her bed and walked out onto the deck. The moon was full, casting a silver light over everything. She looked out at the sea and saw something that made her heart skip a beat. There was a figure standing on the water, illuminated by the moonlight. It was a woman, with long hair that flowed in the wind. She was beckoning Sarah towards her. Sarah felt drawn towards the woman, as if she knew her from somewhere. She walked towards her, step by step, until she was standing right in front of her. The woman smiled at Sarah and took her hand. "Come with me," she said. Sarah felt no fear as she stepped onto the water with the woman. They walked across the ocean, their feet barely touching the surface. As they walked, Sarah saw things that she had never seen before. There were creatures swimming beneath them, glowing in different colors. There were plants that grew in shapes that defied imagination. Finally, they reached an island that Sarah had never seen before. It was covered in lush greenery, with flowers of every color blooming everywhere. The woman led Sarah to a tree that stood at the center of the island. It was unlike any tree Sarah had ever seen before. Its leaves were made of gold, and its branches reached up towards the sky. "This is where you belong," said the woman. Sarah felt a sense of peace wash over her as she stood beneath the tree. She knew that this was where she truly belonged. As she looked up at the sky, she saw a shooting star streak across it. She closed her eyes and made a wish. When she opened them again, she was back on board the ship. The sun was rising over the horizon, and it was time for breakfast. Sarah smiled as she got up from her bed and got dressed. She knew that she would never forget this journey or what she had seen.